Hi, everybody. We're right now we're leaving the city of DC. There you go. Hi, oh, look, there's Brady. There we go. All right. So here we are in the city of DC, leaving, and I want to talk about Chapter 2, Lesson 2, on the reasons for the growth of cities. So first, we'll move me out of the way, and I'll let you copy some notes down. So ready, and pause it right
now.
and unpause. Great. So now you've copied the notes down. Let's talk about it real quick. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Here we go. So last lesson was about people moving to the country, immigrating here. Now we're talking about the cities are growing. Why are they growing? And here we have our reasons. So the mnemonic here is Sims. Tyler, have you ever heard of the game Sims? We're in a tunnel right now. You ever heard of the game Sims? Sim City? The Sims? No? Well, Sims was an old video game called Sim City. The Sims live in Sim City, and you build this city. It's really big, but that's the mnemonic here, S-I-M-S. The first reason is a specialized industry. So every city kind of has its specialty, and that city, for example, the Pittsburgh football team is? The Steelers. And their main industry in Pittsburgh is?
Cheese.
Steel. They make steel. That's their industry. So they need jobs. They pull people in. Hey, I'm talking here.
Why would it be in the vlog?
Well, be quiet then. So they come for those industries. And in Chicago basketball team is the Bulls, because bulls are cows. They get chopped up for meat. So Chicago's main industry is meat packing. What else? Detroit basketball is the Pistons. The Detroit Pistons. Actually, the hockey's good too, because the Pistons is a part of a car. Detroit's specialty is they make cars. So they have all these jobs in those cities. And the Detroit hockey team is the Red Wings, and their logo is wings on a tire, because their main industry has to do with cars on tires. So every city has their specialty. That's what that is. So that's the first reason. These industries that have jobs. Next, lesson 1 was about HEAR, which is about reasons for increased. Nope, no one knows it. Immigration. So everyone's coming to the country. They're filling up these cities because they're immigrating here. Why are they coming here? That's HEAR. That's last page. Turn it back if you want to see that. Now, the other thing is migration. So immigration is you're coming from a country here, but migration means you're just moving around the country. You're leaving the farm areas to come to the cities. Now, if you're in the South and you're black, if you're an African American in the South, why would you leave the South?
Because they have racial laws like Jim Crow.
Jim Crow laws. Thank you, Brady. So Jim Crow laws. People are leaving the South because of the Great Migration is when you're leaving Jim Crow South. But the other reason is mechanization. Does anybody here know what mechanization is?
Mechanization.
What's mechanization?
Get rid of people from machines.
That's so sad.
Get rid of
Mechanization.
people.
Oh yeah, someone said it. Who said it?
Get rid of people.
There you go. All right. So mechanization is when you replace people with machines. You replace people with machines. That's mechanization. So on the farm somewhere, someone's getting fired because a machine, a tractor, is now doing their job, like the reaper.
Yep. Yeah.
Does anyone know who invented the reaper? Wait, you say it? Who invented the reaper? Cyrus McCormick. That's right.
No, Corspinelli did it.
So Cyrus McCormick invents the reaper, and now you can fire a whole bunch of guys because you got a tractor doing their job for them.
Yep.
So that's mechanization. So people are leaving the farm areas because they're getting fired. Then they're leaving because of Jim Crow. That's those reasons. Now the last one, we already said this, but steel is made where?
Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh. Meatpacking is done where?
Chicago.
Chicago. And now this one, wait. Boston baseball.
Red Sox.
Red Sox. Because literally in Boston there is a sock or a stocking manufacturing because New England, the center. Wait. Where do the Patriots play out of?
Massachusetts.
What city?
New England.
No.
Boston. So New England, the heart of New England, the capital of New England, if there was a capital, would be Boston. So Boston's main industry is textile manufacturing and baked beans. All right, we gotta sit down now. Thank you.
This is the Gilded Age. Land values are the highest in the world. There's only one place to go. Up. By 1902, 65 skyscrapers are being constructed in Manhattan. This is one of them. It's called walking the steel. This man is 30 stories above the street. His first time at this height. No harness or safety rope. One slip, and he's dead. Veterans are called fixers. The novices are snakes, because working with them can be deadly. The old hands know just how dangerous it can be.
Thing I hate worse than poison is to take on a new man when we're near the top. They all get used to it or get killed.
No hard hats, just a 280-foot drop. A sudden gust of wind, and it's all over. They're up here 8 hours a day. Meals when they can. No bathroom breaks. They're called roughnecks, European immigrants and Mohawk Indians. Many were sailors and bridge workers, so they're used to heights. The stakes couldn't be higher. It's a risk they are willing to take. The pay is $4 a day, twice the going rate for manual labor. Foreman William Starrett sums up his dangerous job.
Building skyscrapers is the nearest peacetime equivalent of war. Even to the occasional grim reality of an accident or a maimed body, even death, remind us that we are fighting a war of construction against the forces of nature.
He makes it. Many aren't so lucky. 2 roughnecks out of 5 die or are disabled on the job. In 1902, in New York, this is what the future looks like. The Flatiron Building. Its triangular footprint determined by the intersection of 3 streets, not 2. The steel frame means the outside can be hung in sections like a suit of clothes. Now the walls don't take the weight. The steel does. It's so radical, when people first see it, they think it will blow over and kill them. A lawsuit is filed claiming winds focused by the Flatiron's extreme shape damage a nearby shop. Today, it's one of our best-loved buildings. Inside, the other breakthrough that lets towers rise into the clouds, the elevator. Before it, the tallest buildings stop mostly at 5 floors. No more walking upstairs now, so the sky's the limit. For the first time, the higher the floor, the higher the rent.